Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the recently released Thranda designed Cessna 172M for X-Plane 12. We are going to begin our review video with an inspection of the visual modeling and the texture work, followed by the aircraft systems and features, and we will conclude, as it is always the case, with a short flight around the area to put the aircraft to the test. Let's get started. Thranda Designs is very well known for creating high-quality visual models. This Cessna 172M is not an exception. As you can see, the 3D model and the texture work is really of the highest quality. A close inspection of the aircraft 3D model will immediately reveal the level of detail that Thranda has put into this 3D model. As you can see here, the bolts on the engine cover, the propeller area, and the reflection is just done so well to give this aircraft a realistic look. You can also notice the fine attention to details when looking at the aircraft landing gear as well as the nose gear. You can also appreciate the fine details in this aircraft model here on the aircraft tail. As you can see, the fine attention to details and some texture work to give the aircraft a more used look, which is implemented very well by Thranda. The interior 3D cockpit of this Thranda 172M is done to a very high standard, just like the exterior, and you can immediately notice the attention to detail on the aircraft instruments, the flight yoke, some fine details on the keychain there, nice panel work right here. Maybe the main panel is a bit too clean for my liking, but overall a very stunning visual model both inside and out. Looking at the back seat of the aircraft again, you can notice immediately how well these seats are textured. They look just absolutely gorgeous, and some fine details on the back here to give the aircraft a used look. This Cessna 172 is equipped with Thranda's Dynamic Generation Series technology, which allows you to change the panel, the aircraft instruments, the liveries dynamically without having to reload X-Plane. This is really a great feature. The aircraft also ships with a control panel that allows you to toggle all the static elements, including the electric tug, change the liveries, set the weight and balance dynamically just by moving your mouse over the different seats on the aircraft, as well as the fuel. You are also able to toggle between different camera presets using the control panel. You are also able to manipulate the aircraft sounds to fit your exact preference. The control panel gives you access to the dynamic panel, and this is where things get really interesting, as when enabling the 3D panel edit mode, you are able to change everything in this aircraft, including the position of the actual instruments, and you can also change the actual instruments. As you can see now, we have the 3D panel mode enabled, and now you can move all these instruments to fit your exact liking. Thranda has provided several panel sets for you to choose from in order to configure the aircraft to your liking. You can move the panel presets from one preset to the other by moving your mouse wheel on the number here. Let's move to preset 1, 2, and 3. As you can see, you have access to several instruments as well. You are also able to configure the desired GPS device by using the Thranda dynamic panel. The miscellaneous menu gives you several more options to configure the aircraft to your liking. You can toggle the skis, the fairings, you can switch the yoke type, the window type, the tires, as well as set the Dynafeel intensity. For increased realism, Thranda has modeled and made all the circuit breakers aboard this aircraft functional. In the sounds department, you will notice that the aircraft is equipped with an F-mod sound set, which is acceptable, not high fidelity in my view, and considering though the price point of the aircraft, I think the sounds are acceptable overall. I must say that the engine sounds from the exterior view are quite nice. We will take a listen at the engine sounds once we are ready to take the aircraft for our short test flight. Another thing worth pointing out is the interactivity that Thranda has built into this aircraft. So we can click on the various parts and interact with the aircraft. As you can see, we can open the window, some nice sounds to accompany those interactions as well. One other great feature worth noting, which I think most of you will appreciate, is the ability to pop out all the instruments for better visibility. Let's take a look. As you can see here, we can pop the airspeed, the fuel gauge, the oil pressure gauge, and oil temperature, and you can place those pop-ups anywhere you like, and you can also adjust the size. Overall, I believe that Thranda has really put in a lot of effort to build an add-on that is usable, user-friendly, feature-rich, interactive, and looks good. So, what we're going to be doing now is we are going to be taking the aircraft for a short flight around the airport area, but before we do so, it is worth noting that Thranda has shipped extensive documentation with this aircraft. The aircraft ships with the Cessna 172 performance charts, a change log to help you understand what has changed since the last version, the Thranda 172 manual, the graphics settings for X-Plane, 11, and the Thranda joystick settings, and a manual for both the Garmin 430 and 530 devices. You can see that the manual has been updated on August the 17th, 2023, and it is an extensive manual that has a lot of information on the operation of the aircraft, as well as an introduction. The time has come for us now to start the aircraft from its cold and dark state and take it for a short flight. I have removed all the static elements, and we're going to bring up the checklist. Another nice thing about the checklist is the ability to move the checklist anywhere you want on the screen, and you can also click to confirm the items that you have already completed. All right, we are ready to start. Let's go ahead and turn on the beacon lights, battery on, alternator on, and as you can see here, starting the engine, mixture should be full rich. Carburetor heat is cold, which it is. The master switch is on. Prime as required. We're going to do about 3 strokes. Throttle open 1/8 of an inch. Propeller area is clear. And ignition start. And we have a good start. Let's listen to the engine sounds from the exterior. Very nice engine sounds, without a doubt, especially from the exterior. Let's go ahead and turn on the avionics. Taxi lights are on, and we are ready to taxi to the runway. The winds are favoring runway 28, so let's go ahead and release the parking brake and head over to the runway. All right, we are at runway 28, ready for departure. We have the landing lights and the strobe lights on. Make sure it goes to full rich. All right, we are lined up runway 28 and ready to go. Nice engine sounds. Airspeed alive. We'll rotate about 60 miles per hour. Rotate. Very smooth takeoff. We'll ease off on the throttle here a bit. Looking good. Can retract the flaps. You'll notice a bit of a pitch down once you retract the flaps, which is expected. We're going to climb to about 1,000 feet. Let's begin to turn to the right. We're going to head to the other end of the island. The sounds, the exterior sounds, without a doubt, are done very well. We are at about 1,200 feet, and we can now try to stall the aircraft. I'm going to ease off on the power, and we're going to pitch the aircraft a little bit up. Carburetor ice suspected. Right, carb heat is on. That's the stall warning. The aircraft should have stalled by now. I'm not sure that that is very accurate. Right, we're going to attempt to stall the aircraft again. And there you go. This time around, the aircraft did stall, as it should. Overall, I do like hand flying the aircraft. It's a very fluid aircraft. And we're going to head back to the airport and land. We'll give it a little bit more throttle here. And trim the aircraft for our approach to land back at Block Island State Airport. Right back at runway 28. And touchdown. Overall, I'm quite pleased with this 172M by Thranda. I believe that the aircraft's visual modeling is done to an exceptional standard. The amount of features and the interactivity that the aircraft offers, considering the price point, is quite impressive. Of course, I cannot comment on the flight model, though I suspect that the stall behavior that we tried in the first attempt was not very accurate. Overall, the Thranda Designs Cessna 172M receives the Q8Pilot seal of approval and a final score of 9 out of 10. A job very well done. Well, folks, this brings us to the conclusion of our review video of the Thranda 172M for X-Plane 12. If you have any questions, as usual, please do post them in the comments section below. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.